Hi, and welcome to NAMI Breakthroughs. I'm Cassandra, the NAMI New York State Communication Specialist, and I'm here with one of our model ambassadors for Off the Mask. This is Lisa O'Donnell Wolfe. Would you like to share a little bit about yourself with us?
Sure. I actually work in the corporate world full time. However, my passion is helping women, specifically working moms who have a ton of stress and just need help taking care of themselves better without the guilt. I was a single mom for a very long time, raising my two children on my own for the most part, and it was extremely stressful. And I often did not ask for help, fell into depression. And I think it's just really, really important that women today know that there's somebody there that can help them. And it's okay to take care of yourself. You shouldn't feel badly about it. In fact, it's really, really important.
Yeah, for sure. So often the caregiver, right, forgets to give themselves that same care.
Exactly.
Ends up on the bottom of the totem pole. So important.
Yes. Yes.
We have to take care of ourselves. We can't pour from an empty cup.
Yes, I totally agree. Well, interestingly enough, I had posted a video on Facebook and I was approached from a former employee of NAMI, and it was about my husband and myself, because both of us have various forms of depression, and my husband is a recovering alcoholic. So I was basically talking about our story and how my husband, he almost died based on the alcoholism, and he was able to pull through. I've dealt with depression my whole life and have found various ways to deal with it. So I was approached and I thought, this would be a really, really good way to spread the word of how important it is, that mental health is just as important as physical health, that the two go hand in hand. And very often there's this stigma associated with depression or bipolar or even alcoholism. We want to kind of push everything under the rug. And I think we should be talking more about it. So being an ambassador is one way that I can help spread that awareness.
That's great. And thank you so much for sharing. And like you said, just having that conversation, being willing to share your experiences, your personal experience of your loved ones who are also facing mental health challenges, so important for all of us to start disclosing. Saying, we're not alone in these feelings. There's other people, who we can lift up with each other, right?
And I think with COVID, obviously there has been an even bigger need to have awareness of this, because people being, they have to stay in their homes, or they can't go out, they can't socialize as much, or especially, older people who, may be more susceptible to catching these things and getting sick. But it's okay. I want people to know that it's okay to feel these, have these feelings, and that there are people out there who can assist.
Right. And thinking of COVID, and for some people being socially isolated is new, and it brings on new feelings that maybe they haven't experienced. And for those who have, challenges with that already, it's a whole new playing field where we're trying to keep figuring out new ways to deal with these developments.
It really is. And everything, and I didn't say this in the beginning, but I said who I help, but I'm a stress management coach. And I know that even for myself, when we first started in the beginning back in March, when we weren't allowed to go anywhere, it was very, very trying. And I had to figure out ways to be able to function and feel normal. Right. And recognize that, okay, don't let yourself get into this rut, because it's going to be that much harder to get out of it once things start to normalize. It was actually just through Off the Mask. To be quite honest, I wasn't aware of the existence, and so to me it was like, okay, this is meant to be. She brought awareness. She told me about this organization. I've gotten to know Kate really well. I've gotten to know you. There's been some other people that I've met. So it's a really, really important organization. that deserves funding, that needs funding, but we, it can help all these people that we're talking about know that they're not alone in this journey, that there are people out there who can support them. What I ask is for people to have an open mind. I believe in, if someone isn't feeling right or experiencing different emotions or are struggling, that that's okay to seek out therapy. It's okay to seek out help from your doctors. It's not a weakness. It's actually, to me, it takes courage to ask for help. And the longer that you don't address it, the worse it will become. And I've gone to therapy before, several times over the course of my life, and both of my children have too. I have said at times, do you want to talk to somebody? Because as a parent, we're sometimes too involved. And they were like, okay, they were like, let's do it. And I think a lot of people say, no, I don't want to do that, but they could make such a difference in their life if they seek out help from people who are qualified to help them.
Like you said, support is so important, and there's so many different systems of support, right? So there can be peer support, family support.
Right.
It's always nice to have a professional because, like you said, as a mother, maybe like you hone in on just little, main things. You're sticking on points where someone else might be able to see the whole picture a little bit differently.
Exactly.
And so it's so important to have different perspectives on our mental health.
And if we're parents, we may not be able to take a step back. Now, as a coach, as a stress management coach, I might be able to help someone who is not related to me, and I might be able to look at it from an objective standpoint. But if it's my child, I'm going to be more apt to think other things and have emotion involved, as opposed to being able to step back and look at it from a much bigger view. Being a model and ambassador, there's actually some responsibility associated with that. When you commit to being an ambassador, you are committing to spreading the word. You're committing to raising funding or money for something that I strongly believe in. Certainly if I didn't believe in how we need support for mental health, I wouldn't be doing this. So it's important. I take it seriously. I really appreciate that I was asked, because it gave me a chance, and it's giving me a chance to talk more about it, because like I said, I would much rather put all of these issues out on the table. I'm kind of bold like that, even talking about my husband's recovery and everything that he went through and my own depression. I'm not afraid to talk about it, because the more I talk about it, I'm going to help somebody somewhere, even if it pushes them to take a different course in their life or make a decision that will help them be happier. Then I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, we're so grateful that you joined the team, and
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Really. It's so important. And like you said, it's hard, and it does take courage to be vulnerable and share your story. And that's what inspires other people to share and start talking about theirs and to start seeking help, because they're saying, hey, like, this person is feeling what I'm feeling. I didn't know, like, the name of depression. I didn't know what that weird feeling I was feeling, what I was experiencing. But you saying it, I'm like, wow, it clicked something. And now I know. And now I know that maybe I should start doing the same. I should start seeking help. I should start talking about it,
Just a funny, well, it's not funny, haha story, but I went to lunch with 3 of my very close friends. And I was like, I just want to go and I'm not going to talk about what's been bothering me or, what I've been going personally. And each one of them, while we sat there in the hour and a half, started opening up about their struggles and the things that they had been experiencing or that they were dealing with. And they were like, I don't understand, why I'm having a flood of these emotions. And I was like, you know what? Again, it was eye-opening to me. We don't have to struggle by ourselves.
Right.
You know, as women, I think a lot of times we think, well, I'm going to take this on and I'm going to be strong and I'm going to help everybody, but I'm not going to help myself. You know, I'm really, really working personally myself at turning that around, because it's okay to ask for help. Again, it doesn't mean we are weak, and it's a reprogramming for me too. So that's where I hope I can help other people, is that letting them know you can get support from other people. It does not mean that you're not holding it all together. It just means you're human.
Right.
And it's okay.
It doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean you need to be stronger. Right. We can find in each other. And it's once we start saying those little things, you realize, oh, this is normal. Why was I so hesitant to share with the people I love?
Right.
Right. And
right. Exactly.
Yeah. The burden gets a little bit lighter.
Yes, absolutely.
And just thinking, just going back to COVID, like now we have so much time on our own to really think about our own feelings and our experiences. So I feel like that's also another reason why we're getting so many floods of emotions, and people who maybe never stopped and started thinking about everything that's happened in their lives and their experiences. So things are catching up, and it's such a time to stop and be like, hey, you know what? I want to heal. I don't want to keep moving forward. I want to heal. I want to start working towards healing and really thinking about these things in a new way, and working, taking care of myself, you know, so I can be there for others as well, right?
Yeah. I think, again, just continuing to, you know, ask people to share, you know, the more we can communicate through, whether it's networking, you know, maybe we have networking groups that we can talk more about it, having support groups, you know, more, I know some churches have things like that to help with depression, but, you know, I think having maybe some funding that could help, you know, with something similar. Just promoting, you know, whether we talk about it on Facebook Lives, or just bringing more and more awareness, and the more that we can talk about it and be comfortable about it, the more other people are going to realize, okay, this is actually normal. But I think if we keep it quiet, then we're not doing any service to people. So I think as ambassadors, as people who belong to NAMI, if we have experiences with depression, or that it is our responsibility to communicate and put ourselves out there to other people to know that, hey, you know what, I'm going through it too, and you know, to get better, you know, join a community, become part of us. And I mean, even the whole Off the Mask, I've met some incredible people, and it's made my world a little brighter. So
yeah, for sure. And that's how I met you. And I did your class, which was great. And I met so many, doing these interviews, met so many great model ambassadors who've been so willing to share like you. And it's amazing, like, hearing people's stories and their willing to share. Yeah,
great.
So great. Such a great experience.
Yeah.
So that's all my questions. I don't know if, no pressure. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Maybe.
No, just make sure that whoever's watching this, you watch our fashion show. We're going to be looking all pretty and everything. It doesn't happen lately with COVID, let me tell you. So
something to look forward to get dressed up. Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
So thank you again, Lisa. And for everyone who would like to learn more about Off the Mask, you can go to offthemask.org. That's the website. You can learn more about Lisa, her bio's there, how to fund her walk to take the catwalk. We're all really excited to see you take it. I hope you stay tuned. I hope you join us on November 6th at 7:30 p.m. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.